Welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is your starting 11 prediction. Arsenal take on Brighton this Sunday. We've got to bounce back to winning ways, and we need to do it right in style. We are at home. Brighton are not in form, but of course they're a really good side. They're a stubborn side. They score a couple of goals. They really defend as well at times when you are caught off guard. Arsenal have to be on their best performance. So what is the best lineup we could put out there? And for me, the biggest question in this one, Mitoma is going to be going against Benjamin White. That is something I do not want. So, would you rather see Partey playing at right back in order to neutralize Mitoma, or would you rather Ben White stays at right back? I'm not confident in either of the options. If Partey is at right back, I don't think he's got that defensive capability to deal with Mitoma. But Benjamin White, oh my God, that guy defensively, he is struggling. So let me know in the comment box below, where do we go at right back? Who do we go with at right back? Which option is better, Partey or Ben White? I'm gonna give you a crazy one, but let's dive into it. Hit the like button for me, subscribe to the podcast as well. Right, let's get into it. Now, I've seen a few people saying that David Raya should be dropped. Aaron Ramsdale should be coming back in goal because Raya had some kind of a howler in the last few weeks. But I'm going to say this. I think David Raya, as a goalkeeper, is not far away from where we see ourselves. I don't think he's a bad goalkeeper. I don't think he's the levels of Andre Onana. He's not served a lot of points for Arsenal like Ramsdale did in the first half of the campaign, last campaign. But I'm going to say I would still pick Raya over Ramsdale every single day at the moment. And I like what Mikel has done with them. He has chosen one goalkeeper. He's been consistent with that one. And Ramsdale now knows that he is a fill-in goalkeeper. When the game is not very important, Ramsdale will play. When the game is not Champions League or Premier League, Ramsdale will play. It's as simple as that. So unless Raya really drops in form massively, I don't see him start outside the starting 11. So I would love him to start in this game. It's a game where we'll be tested. It's a game where we're going to be given a lot of a lot of work to do defensively. You will need your goalkeeper to be on his best game. You need your defense to be on their best game, and you need your defensive midfield as well to be on their best game as well. So I'm going to go David Raya over Aaron Ramsdale still, but it wouldn't really hurt me if Ramsdale starts. I like him as a goalkeeper. I like him as a person. I think he's very passionate, very emotional, very enthusiastic about the game. But just like David Raya, I think he's a proper goalkeeper, and Arsenal have some real quality in that area of the pitch as well. Right, at right back, this is where I'm going to disappoint. At right back, if Thomas Partey is readily available, I would play Thomas Partey at right back in this game, like Mikel has always done it when Partey and Rice are playing together. I would play Declan Rice. I would play Thomas Partey at right back, and this is my reason. I just don't trust Ben White to go on against explosive quality Premier League wingers. So you look at what you look at the problems was Moussa Diaby and Leon Bailey caused him. You look at the problems that he's got from Marcus Rashford, who is actually off from this campaign. Rashford has scored 1 or 2 goals, and one of those goals he scored against Arsenal. And it was Ben White ball watching and letting him go. So I don't think he's got the ability to deal with Mitoma. I don't think he's got the ability to deal with Simon Adingra. He does not have that ability, not at the moment. So I would rather go with a player I trust. I would rather go with a player that I think is going to try to prove to the manager that he deserves to come back in the starting lineup. So Partey at right back is crazy. It's a crazy call, like crazy call for us to put him at right back when he's just come back from injury. But if there is that small chance that Partey plays at right back, I would definitely go with Thomas Partey at right back over Ben White any day, especially when we play against those explosive quality wingers. At right back. At left back, of course, Alexander Zinchenko has done very well this season. He's improved defensively. That's one of the things that we were always going to ask ourselves, can he be much better than that defensively? I think Zinchenko has really done well. Now, I still have a problem with Zini. And my problem with him is At times, his performances are very good, and at times, his performances are kind of average. For example, against Aston Villa, superb. Like, he was superb. Martinelli, Odegaard, and Saka let us down, and Gabriel Jesus, they let us down in that game. Alexander Zinchenko did us the honors of making sure that he was exploiting that high line Aston Villa were, portraying every now and then. And we just couldn't finish, right? Odegaard couldn't finish, Martinelli couldn't finish, Gabriel Jesus couldn't finish, and Saka couldn't finish as well. So one thing we need to do with Zinchenko is when he provides us with those quality balls inside the opponent's half, we've got to use them. I love him. He's a quality player, like quality player. Defining him as a left back might be not the best way to define his performances and him as a player, but I think overall, if you just consider him as a ball player, as a footballer, he is intelligent, genius, and capable. Like, for me, one of the real, well-talented players we have, at Arsenal. Right, at centre-back, it doesn't change. I don't think we will see any changes right here. It's going to be Gabriel alongside William Saliba. The partnership has actually done very well so far. And everyone will say, and everyone still says, that if William Saliba and Gabriel keep fit, then Arsenal win the title. Well, maybe that is an over-exaggeration at some point in time. Maybe we do not have the ability to predict the future. But at the moment, so far so good. I think Gabriel and Saliba can be up there with the best centre-back pairings in the Premier League this season. When I think about the centre-back pairings I would take in the Premier League this season, Saliba and Gabriel are there, right? Yeah. Probably Diaz and Givardio. I would take that any day. It's quality. They've conceded a couple of goals, but it's still quality. I like the way that they actually partner up and complement each other. But these two boys have actually done a very, very good job in terms of make sure that Arsenal don't concede a lot of goals. We're not scoring many, so our defense standing in for us is something we need, and they've actually done it very, very well. Again, the midfield three, in my opinion, without Partey contesting, will stay the same. Rice at the best of this midfield. He's been our best player by far this season, by a mile. Like, this is one guy in the Arsenal lineup, in the Arsenal setting, that you don't have anything, you will complain about him. Defensively, scoring goals, creating chances, dribbling, ball carriage. He's done it all. He's absolutely been a monster for Arsenal, and those points he's actually picking up for us. The offline clearance against Brentford. That's why we get 3 points in that game. I think he did have a late winner against Luton, a late winner against Manchester United. It actually shows why a £100 million player who actually delivers on that value and promise is needed in every squad, right? If it's kind of Paul Pogba, it's a waste of money. But if it is not Paul Pogba, it is actually, you need a £100 million midfielder. Declan Rice, top notch, absolutely top notch, right? So let's get into the other two who I would think. Kai Havertz, Player of the Month last month, and I think Mikel should be happy. Very, very happy with the performances of Kai. He's one of those players that have been really criticized by this Arsenal fan base and the whole footballing world for doing nothing. Like, this guy came from Chelsea, came into Arsenal. No one liked the move. Not Chelsea fans, not Arsenal fans, not even Manchester United fans. And the pressure on him to deliver has been immense. And he's just made everyone quiet. He's just shut everyone up. And one of the things that Kai has is, apart from his low confidence, he is a clinical finisher, right? When he picked up his confidence, we have seen the penalty he took, then the head up, and then I think a finish against Luton. He's a confident finisher, confident player, and he can also play in the 10. If we can get him to play in the position in the 10, we might have ourselves a very, very good player there. But of course, Kai has to play in this game. He has to play every game. He's becoming better, and you love to say it. Captain Martin Odegaard will complete the midfield. Odegaard this season has 4 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League. Now, I'm not trying to say Odegaard is not good, but I think Odegaard and Gabriel Martinelli have dropped in form. They have dropped in the way they affect games. They have dropped in the way we know they can affect games. And this is coming from Mikel Arteta changing a few things up. Many people used to say it's Kai, it's Kai, it's Kai. But even when we've seen Leandro Trossard play there, even when we've seen another player like Declan Rice play there alongside Jorginho, Martin Odegaard and Gabriel Martinelli are not as good as they were, or are not as good as we think they should be, or as they were last campaign. It could be that they overachieved with the team last campaign, and those numbers were crazy and they're not easy to keep up, or something we are doing is not right. And for me, I would rather go with the later rather than the former. I think we just need to go back to a system that allows Odegaard to play much better. In the last 3 games, PSV away, I think Luton, and then Aston Villa, he has been good. He has been very brilliant. He's getting into goal-scoring positions. He's scoring goals, and I think you love to see it. And I particularly loved him in the Lens game. Because against Lens, in that 6-0 defeat, or win actually, you could see him occupying the right spaces. You could see him getting into the right areas. But for the rest of the season, I really cannot say that. I can't say he's been immense for us. Okay, but of course he can't get better. And I hope that the form is actually building, actually continues to build. Gabriel Martinelli is all right, according to Mikel Arteta. So Martinelli will be playing in this position at left wing. My problem with Gabi is, why are his numbers dropping like that? He has 1 goal and 2 assists, or 2 goals and 2 assists this campaign in 14 games. That's a poor return. As compared to Saka, Saka has 5 goals and 6 assists in 14 games this campaign. Like, when you compare that to Martinelli, you would even drop him. He's an important player for us, no? He's a very important player for us, and he does just more than scoring and assisting. But we are talking about a player who scored 15 last campaign. 15 goals last campaign. Is it the new system that the left winger is no longer required to get into the penalty area and become a finisher? Or is it the absence of Granit Xhaka? I'm not really sure, but Martinelli needs to get into goal-scoring positions a little bit more, right? Saka as a creator is doing what he's supposed to be doing, but Gabriel Martinelli as a goal scorer, together with Leandro Trossard on the left wing, they're not giving us that kind of quality. On the right wing, it's Bukayo Saka. There's nothing to talk about Saka. Again, this season, not one of the players that you would say are really in form, but not one of the players that have any questions to answer. 5 goals and 6 assists already, double figures. He's already hit double figures, and he's the only Arsenal player with double figures right now. The only Arsenal player with double figures in terms of scoring and assisting. So you've got nothing on him. Gabriel Jesus, Richarlison has more goals this season than Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli. That is embarrassing. And we're talking about a guy in Richarlison who has actually been poor whole season, right? But if he has more goals than the 2 Gabis, who have started almost every game ever since Gabriel Jesus, came back from that injury, there are questions to be asked. Why are we not scoring goals? Why are these 2 not actually, partnering up with each other and scoring goals? Is there a problem? Is there something Mikel Arteta has to look into, right? But this is the team I would go for to play Brighton. Raya. The defense stays the same apart from PARTEY getting into there if he's fit. Kai Havertz, Rice, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka. Okay, Leandro Trossard I thought about, but I still think Martinelli has been more impactful in games over Leandro Trossard. It's as simple as that. It's what I think. You can let me know your thoughts, in the comment box below. So it's a game that's is going to be won in the midfield. I think we will see Milner. We will see Baleba probably in that six. We would see Mahmoud Daoud as well. In that midfield, and Pascal Gross. I think what Desabi understands is how to counter teams that play like him, right? So it's gonna be a very, very interesting encounter. I cannot wait to see if Arsenal can get over this one, get our revenge, and of course prepare for Anfield next. I'll see you right in the next one.